We have some other options for you, though, if you want.
Okay, yeah.
How many games will Deshaun Watson play next year?
11.
11 games, you think? Okay. So
Yeah.
I have the options as 0 to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 12, 13 to 17.
Well, the fact that his contract is restructured, that he's only getting paid a little over $1 million. By the way, if I'm a Browns fan, I don't like the signing. But, hey, I'm not a Browns fan. You improve the position, and if you wanted to get out from underneath Baker Mayfield, contract, future, you certainly did that. It's like when the Colts let Peyton Manning go, well, they had Andrew Luck, and nobody complained in Indianapolis, I don't think, when you go, oh, see you, Peyton. Hey, come on in, Andrew. This is a little bit different with Baker Mayfield. When we left you on Friday, the Browns weren't involved. They were declared by Deshaun Watson's side as being out of it because he didn't want to go to a cold weather. Tom Pelissero, the NFL Network, said Watson didn't want to play in Cleveland. And we thought it was going to come down to Atlanta and New Orleans. And then all of a sudden, Baker Mayfield reportedly kind of pushed the envelope here, and the Browns were like, all right, we're at the point of no return. Now we're going to get rid of him, and we got to bring in Deshaun Watson. And the deal that they gave him, historical. He got a raise after everything that happened. He got more guaranteed money. It was amazing. When you have a bidding war for a guy who still hasn't settled his 22 civil lawsuits, didn't play last year, met with the grand jury on Friday. Crazy. But the Browns, desperate for a quarterback. Yes, Eden.
How was Deshaun Watson's trade value not affected by even $1, not even a pick? It wasn't affected at all.
You know, you go back to the Texans giving him a no-trade clause at the age of 24. And that allowed him to pick where he wanted to go. They knew that it was going to take 3 first-round picks, at least. So they got, Houston benefited, and I thought that they were going to get less value for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, there was a bidding war. And I know the Browns had to put out statements saying they did their due diligence. Just if any of these people, owner, GM, coach, would come on, I would just like to ask one question. Why wouldn't you contact the lawyer representing these 22 women? Like, if you did a thorough background check, as you want to tell me, why wouldn't you at least reach out? And you know the reason why? And I know the answer. Because you don't want to hear what he's going to tell you. Hey, we didn't know anything about it. Denial. But I got to reach out to that attorney just to say, hey, we're doing our don't put out a damn memo if you didn't do your due diligence. Wait, who'd you talk to? And plus, they put it out over the weekend during the NCAA tournament. Come on. We did our due diligence. We did our background checks here. Really? I at least have to call that attorney just to say, can you help us understand the scope of this? We're thinking about trading for him. We'd like to know. We'd like to get more information. Right? That's all. He's a great player. I get it. But these things are going to travel with him. Now, you can say, well, innocent until proven guilty. Absolutely. Are you trying to tell me 22 women are lying here? And even when he settles, now it is possible. I can't discount it. But you have 22 women all citing similar behavior. Just read the Sports Illustrated article. A woman who is, the source of the story, she's not even in the lawsuits. She's not asking for anything. She just told you that her story that corroborates what these other women said. I talked to 2 former NFL players over the weekend. One played 13 years, one played 9. I said, how many massage therapists did you have in your career? Both of them said 1. You get 1, you want to make sure you keep that 1. You don't go on Instagram or Craigslist looking for a masseuse if you're an NFL quarterback, and then trying to tell me that this is legitimate. But if Deshaun Watson pays off these women, by the way, you know who's going to pay off these women? The Cleveland Browns are. They gave him the raise. The raise is going to pay for this. I mean, his agent did an incredible job. Guaranteed money. Only going to pay you $1 million this upcoming year because he knows he's going to be suspended. Remember when Brady was going to be suspended, restructured his deal, so he was going to get, lose paychecks here. I get it. But Deshaun Watson goes to Cleveland. Now we wait for Baker Mayfield. And, this is, all of these grown-ass men, these owners, they don't care. They just want to win. And that's what the Cleveland Browns did. And these other owners with these other teams. How would you feel like if a family member was involved in this? Maybe the Cleveland Browns owner or the Falcons or the Saints. You're a female fan. You're going to be anxious to put that Deshaun Watson jersey on? Talent, baggage, sliding scale. And he's young. And I'm sure he'll do well. He's a talented player. Great player. But it just it gives you the true insight into how valuable a great quarterback is. Little baggage? Yeah, okay. Can we weather this storm here? That's all you want to do if you're Cleveland. How do we get through this? How do we get to that first game? How do we get to him with a great performance? If he's winning 3 out of his first 4, 6 out of his first 8, then we'll be talking about Deshaun Watson, the football player. But I wonder what happens with Baker Mayfield now. And do I think that he exacerbated this? Absolutely. Because he wasn't going to go back. Point of no return. And then the Cleveland Browns go, all right, we have to give Deshaun Watson an offer he can't refuse. And that's what they did. He didn't want to go there. He didn't want to play in cold weather, reportedly. He'd be able to play in a dome in New Orleans and a dome in Atlanta, having played his career with the Texans in a dome. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland goes, you know what, on second thought, we're going to dome our stadium. We want to give that to Deshaun as well.
Hey, you guys, can you get a big old tarp or something? You're one, like a huge tarp?
Yes.
Big bubble.
Yeah.
Don't you want to know what the other offers were? The ones that not so much that Deshaun Watson turned down, but what the Browns were negotiating against.
Well, I think they were negotiating against themselves because they had to give him something that got his attention. Because I think he wanted to go to Atlanta. I think New Orleans gave him a better roster, but I think, the Cleveland Browns just said, what's it going to take? And they may have said that to his attorney, his lawyer, agent. What's it going to take? It's going to take this and this and this, this. And then you give up the draft picks there. Yeah, Paul.
That's what stuck out to me is on Friday, Florio mentioned the Falcons roster and how subpar it was, especially at receiver. Then Pro Football Focus, PFF, did this roster ranking of the teams that were going for him, and the Falcons were way down on their talent on their roster. Sometimes I wonder if, Watson and his agent are going through that stuff and saying, hey, look, we can get a better deal elsewhere and a way better roster.
But I also found it interesting that they brought in Amari Cooper. They let Jarvis Landry go. They signed Deshaun Watson, and now the Browns are trying to get Jarvis Landry back, which that would make a lot of sense. If I'm Jarvis Landry and I can go back, play with Deshaun Watson, Amari Cooper, those 2 running backs, good offensive line. They're also trying to bring back Jadeveon Clowney. Yeah, Paul.
I saw a couple of things like Pro Football Focus and other analysts online. The Seahawks actually got more back for Russell Wilson than the Houston Texans got back for Deshaun Watson. They added up the value of the draft picks and the players, and about 3 or 4 different sites say that the Seahawks did better trading a 31-year-old Russell Wilson, draft pick-wise, talent-wise, than the Texans did.
Yeah, I see this Pro Football Focus. Seattle netted 2.11 expected WAR for Russell Wilson. The Texans only 2.04 WAR, plus the Seahawks got a couple of players, Noah Fant and Drew Lock. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I thought Denver gave up a lot for Russell Wilson. But Russ has no baggage there. But he's 9 years older than Deshaun Watson. I mean, that Deshaun Watson could be their quarterback the next 10 years there.